This is New Hope Cemetery outside Fort Meade, and this is where Willoughby Tillis is buried. And the Tillis family graves are, to the left of the big oak tree in the cemetery. It's also the kind of the oldest portion of the cemetery, I believe. Here's a grave of Richard Tillis, born in 1818, and no doubt probably fought in the Seminole War. These are all Tillis family graves here. And this arch grave, this is Willoughby Tillis, and his wife over here, Willoughby Tillis, on the right, born in, I believe it's 1808, died in 1895, fought in the Second and Third Seminole War, Battle of Tillis Farm. Monument I visited at Fort Meade was the largest battle of the Third Seminole War. So he was in the kind of the first battle, the Battle of Black Point, opening of the Second Seminole War. So he saw pretty much the action through the Second and Third Seminole War. The ornate marble tombstone is on top of some old bricks. Kind of interesting on that. The family plot is encircled with some kind of interesting sandstone. Kind of wonder if it's Georgia sandstone. The family came from Georgia. If you're into funeral art or tombstone art, there's some pretty ornate ones here. I think that one's looks like to a child. Some really nice scroll work. And there's one behind it too that back then means the family went to a lot of effort to, get some ornate tombstones. Usually you'll find a lot of tombstones ornate like that from 1890s to the 1920s. And here's a Jesse Durrance, born in 1819 in Tattnall County, Georgia. Her wife of J.A. Durrance, born in 1834. No doubt was Jesse Durrance was in the Seminole War. And back there's a wife of name of Sparkman. And that's another name you see in the Florida Militia in the Seminole War. Martha A. Sparkman. There's a wife of Michael Alderman. These are all these are names that you see in the Seminole Second and Third Seminole War. Parish. So these are families of settlers that moved in Central Florida. Here's an interesting tombstone. It says Fred Deaver, 1886 to 1927. Looks like on the top crossed rifles with the U.S. like an infantry. Interesting. New Hope Cemetery just kind of sits by itself in the middle of cow pastures under the shadow of Sand Mountain. Outside of west of Fort Meade.